All right, welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta, and this game has already started. The first two plays went through. It was a run up the middle for Chicago, and then a sack on second down. So it'll be 3rd and 15. So in this matchup, obviously the two biggest storylines are the two quarterbacks that are playing in this game. Both rookies, both drafted not only in the first round, but pick 1 and 2 in the NFL draft. So the top two players in this year's draft are going at it. Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels. Both have been impressive. Jayden, obviously, his first month in the NFL was borderline historic. And he's still playing at a high level. Obviously, some of that stuff has kind of tapered down a little bit. I think we're getting closer, but he is still looking like a phenomenal quarterback who could be, if he stays healthy, could be playing in this league at a high level for a long time. And Caleb took a little bit longer for him to get going, but over the last, I would say 3, maybe 4 games, he has looked like the first overall pick. So 3rd and 20 after the penalty here. Caleb getting out of the pocket, scrambling, throwing it over the middle, trying to get it to DJ Moore, but DJ unable to hold on to it. So that'll be a quick 3 and out for the Chicago Bears here at home. Yeah, so DJ kind of doing a second move there after Caleb was rolling out of the pocket. But instead of just kind of staying in there, staying open, he started to kind of drift with the coverage, and Williams was trying to throw it where he was. So not a great, a little bit of a miscommunication on that one, or at least not on the same page. So punt is away, has to get it all the way back to the 11, but he is down to the 30, fumbles the ball, and is going to be recovered by a teammate. So the Washington Commanders avoiding disaster there and getting some good field position. They're going to be at the 36, maybe the 37. And let me know how the audio sounds. Apparently during the Packer game, the audio was a little bit lower. So my apologies. Hopefully I was clear enough to be able to be heard. But I was able to adjust a few things here. So let me know how I sound. Because in my headphones, it sounds pretty clear regardless. So hopefully I'm a little bit better on the stream. So first play for the Commanders, up the middle, run, gain of about 2.5 on the play. And that was Brian Robinson Jr. right up the middle. Right on. And we got MN Horsewoman. Thank you so much for letting me know. Appreciate you being in the chat. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Let me know if you is this the first game you're watching today, or did you catch any of the early games? It's gonna be a throw up the middle, and that is gonna be a first down. And Jayden Daniels finding the former All-Pro Zach Ertz for a huge first down. But yeah, I appreciate you in the chat there. Thank you. Just a nice little route there by Ertz, keeping himself wide open. And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 50 there. Jayden fakes the handoff, keeps the ball. Going to be at the 40, 30. It's going to be very close to that first down marker. Right on. All right, green light on the sound. Appreciate you. And let's see where he stepped out. It's going to be very close to the first down marker. Oh, I know. The Packers, they can never make it easy on us. So it'll be 2nd and 1, ball at the 41. It's going to be a handoff to Brian Robinson, who breaks through, first down, and going to get to the 35. I know. As soon as Jacksonville scored that touchdown, I thought they were going to go for 2. I was like, oh, man, they're 5-2. did they really want to give the ball back to Green Bay? But luckily, they kicked the extra point, and Green Bay able to find Jayden Reed just streaking down the sideline and picking up some huge yardage to set up that game-winning field goal by Brandon McManus. It's going to be a run to the right here, picking his way through, first down 20, and he's going to be down around the 16. And the Washington Commanders just marching down the field here against this Chicago defense. And another run, this time up the middle, down to the 10. It keeps on going, breaks a tackle, and he's going to be out around the 6, very close to another first down for Washington. And we have a Chicago Bear down on the ground here. This stops the clock at exactly 10 minutes in this game. But yeah, once again, that Green Bay game, just the emotions up and down, especially in that second half. Once Jordan went down, I was like, okay, we got a good quarterback, we got a good backup here. But you just never know. You never know how it's going to be with a backup quarterback, and luckily, Malik Willis doing just enough to get us in position to win the game, and he was phenomenal once again. So. But yeah, no, I was right there with you, horsewoman. It was it got a little tight, got a little nervous there at the end. But Green Bay getting a win, going to 6-2, and also Detroit was able to get a huge win over another AFC South opponent. This time the Tennessee Titans. I think they were able to beat them 52-14. So that sets up a huge NFC North matchup between the Packers and the Lions next week. Green Bay heading to Detroit, I believe. I have to double check that. But either way, heading there with a 6-2 record, riding a 4-game winning streak, and Detroit 6-1. So it's gonna be a big, explosive game. Hopefully, Jordan is healthy and he can be at full health, because that's gonna be a game that they need him to be healthy and be able to make some big plays. Oh yeah, 2 back-to-back games for Brandon McManus, game-winning field goal. And yeah, man, it's seems like Goody has been able to make, even when he makes mistakes, you know, he had let me see, who do we have as the quarterbacks for the backups in the preseason? I'm trying to remember the guy that we drafted. But, yeah, didn't work out, so took a second chance, drafted the guy, traded for Malik, and he's been working out well. We went through a couple kickers in the preseason, a couple kickers in the regular season, but it looks like for the most part, Brandon McManus is going to be the guy that is going to be here for the rest of the season. And he's looked good, so, I mean, he's won us 2 back-to-back games, so nothing to complain about it. He has yet to miss a kick. Hopefully that keeps on going. So, yeah, Goody doing a great job. That scouting department, always having some answers, even if the first one doesn't go correctly. So, 2nd-1 here. Ball at the 7. Commanders in the eye, and Brian Robinson going to be taken down in the backfield for a loss. Yeah, Chicago's defensive line just doing a great job getting penetration and bringing them down in the backfield. So that'll force a 3rd and 3. Ball's going to be back at the 9-yard line. Daniels in the shotgun here, needing to roll to his right, needs to throw the ball away. and gets it to his receiver, but he is going to be out of bounds, unable to keep the feet in bounds. That is to, I think his name is Luke McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's little brother, basically. And that was Montez Sweat, the former Washington Commander. Let's see, did McCaffrey keep both toes? He got one. He only got one toe in bounds, so that is going to be an incomplete pass. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt for the Commanders. Snap, hold, and the kick is right down the middle here. Washington getting on the board first here. And there is 8:51 on the clock here in the first quarter. And MN Horsewoman is the MM. Does that mean Minnesota? I've been trying to figure that out. I'm assuming it probably means Minnesota, but who knows? And also, are you a Packer fan? I'm assuming you are since you were watching the game. Unless you're a weird Vikings fan who was looking for looking for a Green Bay loss. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Packer fan. 100%. There we go. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's been a fun month for the Packers, man. 4 straight wins. Looking good on defense. Obviously, in this game, not as good as they could have been, in my opinion, giving up some points. But hopefully, they can kind of fix some stuff here and get ready for Detroit. But talking about the matchup that we're watching now, Bears, Commanders. I mean, you got 2 young quarterbacks who are just seem to get better and better as the season goes on. I live in Arizona. Oh man, yeah, that's the negative part about kind of living in a different state, especially with the NFL. You only get the local games, but hopefully, hopefully, hopefully we can help you out there. Give you a little bit of play-by-play per week in here, and hopefully you can enjoy the Packers that way. I'll do my best to be entertaining and give you a little bit of a taste of some Wisconsin cheese sauce, maybe. Oh, I bet. Also, you said Arizona. I bet it's beautiful down there right now. I think I had a buddy of mine that was down there for, I think, like 2-3 weeks ago. He was there for about a week, and he said it was amazing. It's starting to, the heat's starting to go down a little bit, but it's still not so. It really doesn't really ever get too cold over there. So, all right. So 1st and 10, ball at the 29. Tight end in motion to the left. Caleb looking, pumps, throws it over the middle, and just unable to connect with number 15 there. And number 15, Roma Dunze, the the other first round pick for the Bears here. Caleb tucks it. He's going to run. He's going to get to the 40 and slide after getting about 13, 14 yards on the play. That'll be a first down for Chicago. All right, Chicago changing some things at the line. It'll be a 2-by-2 formation. Caleb in the shotgun. And takes the snap, looking to his left. Throws it over the middle, finds a man wide open. And that's going to be Keenan Allen, the former San Diego and Los Angeles Charger there. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Working with horses, that's awesome. All right. So 1st and 10, ball at the 39, Chicago in the eye. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bears, so that'll move them back a little bit here. But that's awesome. You get to work with some horses, some riding lessons. That's always something that I've thought about, but I'm a little bit of a shorter guy, so getting on top of a horse has always looked daunting. But I'm pretty sure you're probably strapped in, or maybe not strapped in, but pretty sure you're probably secure. Seems a little bit, might be a little bit easier than it looks. But yeah, usually I'm not. I'm never, once again, short guy, so being that tall might get lightheaded. So that'll be 1st and 15, ball back at the 46. It's going to be a delayed handoff, and they're going to get back very close to the original line of scrimmage. All right, Caleb in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left. Looks like he's changing a few things here at the line. Running back shifts over to the left. Takes the snap, looking. It's going to be overthrown. Trying to get it to Keenan Allen on the little bit of a wide receiver swing pass. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Chicago here. Trying to get into field goal range. They need about maybe 7 to 9 yards to make it a more manageable field goal attempt. All right, Caleb looking, throwing it out, and unable to connect with number 14 there. That is Gerald Everett, the former LA Ram. Running a very shallow out route, but Caleb just putting a little too much sauce and a little too much height on that ball. Everett barely able to get a hand on it. And Chicago will send out their punter for the 2nd consecutive drive here. Punt is away, and it'll be fair caught at about the 8-yard line, and the Commanders will start with the ball inside the 10-yard line. Not gonna lie, I did not eat breakfast today. I haven't eaten anything today. And the commercials with food are literally killing me. I think if you really, luckily, it's probably a good thing that I actually had the sound, my mic so low in the last stream, because I'm pretty sure you would have heard my stomach grumbling about 5 different separate occasions throughout that game. Luckily, it hasn't made any noise in this game, so. But yeah, the food is killing me right now, so hopefully this game can end very quickly so I can get some food before the Sunday night game starts up. But yeah. So if you guys are eating food, please enjoy it for me because I am not been able to eat anything today. Had to kind of get everything all set up for this Sunday. It's always a little bit of a tall task to kind of stream 3 games in such a short amount of time. But it's fun, man. It's fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sitting and talking, but it is a lot of fun, and it's been making the Sundays a little bit more entertaining and a little bit more engaging than just kind of sitting here and just kind of silently watching games. All right, let's look at these guys, what they're doing. Jayden, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Caleb, 9 touchdowns, 5 picks. Both over 1,300 passing yards and at least 65% completion percentage for Williams and almost 75 for Daniels, man. Yeah, Daniels has been phenomenal. It's going to be a run up the middle, and Robinson is going to get maybe a yard on the play. But yeah, Daniels has looked like one of the best prospects in a long time. I remember when he was coming into the draft, they were like, he might take a season or two before he gets a season or a season and a half before you might see him on the field. But he has looked just amazing, and that throw is going to be to the right and almost nearly intercepted there, at least from the angle. Yeah, he was trying to get it to his receiver number, I think it was 85, Brown. Brown kind of curled inside, and I think Daniels was expecting him to kind of stay to the outside a little bit more. So Daniels needing to scramble. He's going to get to the 10, 15, breaks a tackle, and he is going to get the first down, and he's going to be out across the 20. Needed to get to the 19 and got to the 20-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Commanders. Just a nice little move there on the tight end. That is, I believe Edwards. He was able to give a little move too. And in the shotgun, it's going to be a little toss to the tight end inside, but he's only going to gain about a yard. I think that was actually to Austin Eckler, another former Charger. Second and 9, ball at the 21. Daniels in the shotgun, tight end in motion. It's going to be a fake handoff. Daniels has time, throwing it over the left, and just a little too high for his receiver. Otherwise, it would have been a big first down for him. And that was intended for Terry McLaurin. Yeah, Scary Terry just running a nice little comeback route on the left sideline. able to get some good separation, but again, the ball a little too high for him. So 3rd and 9, empty set. Daniels throwing it deep down the field to McLaurin, who is going to be able to get to the 20, and that is a huge catch and run for the Commanders. Another explosive play. And this is what they've done all season long, man. Just when you think you got them, pinned down, Daniels just unleashes a freaking ball down the left sideline. And McLaurin just wide open, able to beat his man. No safety help over the top. And literally just got tackled by the ankles. Otherwise, he was going all the way to the end zone. So 1st and 10, ball all the way to the 18. It's going to be a delayed handoff to the left. Breaks a tackle. Robinson gets tripped up just at the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 11. Man, dude. This Commanders team is just, I think I've streamed one of their games. I think that was against the Bengals. They are so exciting, man. They are such an exciting team to watch. And it's going to be another run. Robinson able to muscle his way for a 1st down. He's going to be down at about the 8-yard line. And Robinson already 8 carries for 48 yards in this game. Yeah, Daniels last week, I think he missed the back half of that game due to a rib injury, but got the green light to play. He's going to be under center here. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson on the right side, and immediately there's a flag. So it's either going to be a false start or potentially illegal formation. Or actually might be on Chicago. It looks like they're saying might be 12 men on the field. And it was. They are saying it's a false start, though, actually. Even though Chicago did have 12 men on the field. Dan Quinn is trying to challenge something, but I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure you cannot challenge any kind of penalty in the NFL. The referee's trying to tell him, he's like, no, man, you can't throw the challenge flag. So unfortunately, the Commanders are going to have to just settle for taking that penalty because, as we saw against Minnesota on Thursday, there's just no challenging a flag no matter what, apparently, which is something that's really, really dumb. I feel like that should be changed. If you're not going to, it's one thing you don't want to challenge, everything. You should be able to challenge it within the final 2 minutes. The booth should be able to look at that and be like, they clearly had 12 men on the field. So there's no plays going on right now. They're trying to explain to Dan Quinn what happened. So it's taking a little bit here to get going. So the reason that they're saying that there's no penalty for a 12 man on the field is that since the penalty technically happened before the snap, you can't get the defense for that. But even then, I'm pretty sure the penalty on Washington was a false start, which happens at the snap. So, anyway, 5-yard loss. The ball will be at the 12. Going to be a run up the middle with Robinson, and he's going to gain nothing on the play. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 12. I'm expecting a little bit of an exotic look here. Yes, there is. So 3 bunched up on the right side, 2 bunched up on the left. Daniels scrambling to his right and needs to just throw the ball away. And it'll be 3rd down for the Commanders here. 1:13 left in the first quarter. Let's see here. Chicago doing a great job. They're getting some pressure on Daniels, forcing him to get out of the pocket. Not really letting him see the whole field. 2 receivers to the right in the shotgun. Daniels looking, needing to scramble, steps up a little bit, and his dump down is going to be dropped. And that is Austin Eckler, unable to haul in that pass for any kind of positive yardage. So Washington is going to have to settle for another field goal attempt here. You got to give it to Chicago, man. They've done a great job, man. They've given up 2 big explosive plays that allowed the Commanders to get basically into the red zone. And both times they've been able to hold them to just field goal attempts. And it's going to be good. Washington takes a 6-0 lead here. And you're kind of seeing that a lot in the NFL. The not necessarily big explosive plays, but when defenses they're usually allowing those those yardage plays, in between the 20 to about the 45, maybe the 50. But once you get into their territory, man, some of the better defenses, they're giving up yardage, but once you get into that midfield range a little bit closer, they tighten up a lot. You're seeing that with I was about to say Arizona. You're seeing that with the Ravens. You're seeing that with this Chicago team, who is one of the better defenses in the NFL. You're seeing that with the Packers, at least initially. So you're seeing these defenses are very, very soft initially. They're playing a lot of too high safety in between the 20s, in between the the 30s. But once they get into that field goal range, they tighten up, man, and you're seeing a lot of offenses not really being able to beat them the majority of the time. A lot of field goals this season. And I think there was even a record that was broken by week 3 or week 4. It was like the most amount of field goals made or attempted. So you're seeing offenses kind of struggle a little bit early in the season. I think they're getting better, which is something you see a lot in the NFL. You always see the offenses kind of just starting to take over a little bit by mid, in between October, slightly November. You're starting to see the offenses kind of really get going. And I think that's when you start to see who is really the more complete teams in the NFL, because that's when you have these defenses the defenses that are still playing at a high level in November, in December. Those are typically the teams that you're going to start seeing playing in January. All right, so we are back here waiting for the kickoff. The kick is away, and it'll be in and out of the end zone. Chicago will start with the ball at the 30. So the first two drives, man, first one was a quick 3-and-out. Second one, they started to get something going. They were able to get to about the 40-yard line, but then some penalties, some bad plays, and it just kind of moved them out of field goal range, and they had to settle, they had to just punt the ball away, basically. Tight end in motion to the right. It's going to be a toss to the running back, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play. That is DeAndre Swift, the former Philadelphia Eagle / former Detroit Lion. All right, Caleb in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up tight to the line on the right side. It's going to be another handoff, this time to the left. Swift able to get about 3 yards on the play. It'll make it a more manageable 3rd and 2. Chicago getting to the line very, very quickly. Tight end in motion to the right. Caleb under center. Another receiver in motion to the left. And that'll be the end of this first quarter with the Commanders out on top, 6-0. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. All right, we are back here. All right, just in time for this next play. All right, 2-by-2 formation. Caleb in the shotgun, receiver in motion to the right. He's got pressure. He needs to scramble. And he's going to be just short of the first down. Gain of only 1 on the quarterback keeper. All right, Chicago is going to have to settle for another punt. That is their third of the game. Just unable to really get anything going in the passing game. Their runs, they haven't really run the ball a whole lot. I think Swift only has about 4 carries, and he's not been super effective. And it's going to be picked up inside the 15, and he's going to be able to get to about the 17-yard line. And before the Commanders head out here, we're going to go to another commercial break. Man, the NFL really loves to go back-to-back on commercials, man. All right, we are back here. Daniels in the pistol. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw to Zach Ertz, who's going to be down out across the 35. Sorry, that is not Zach Ertz. That's the other tight end. That is Bates. I was going to say, I was like, as soon as I saw him run, I was like, Ertz is not that fast anymore. So, big first down for the Commanders there, and just keeps on going, man. Yeah, Bates completely running over one of the I think it was a safety for the Bears there. Shotgun, receiver in motion to the left. Daniels looking, throwing quickly. This time, that is to Zach Ertz over the middle. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. All right. Shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield. They hand it off, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. Might have actually lost some yardage on that one. Yeah, Chicago was ready. Ready for that one, dude. They sniffed that one out pretty quick. All right. 3rd and 6. Empty set. Daniels looking, throwing to his left, and he is not going to be on the same page as Scary Terry. Daniels thought Terry was going to come back there. Nice little comeback route. Terry kept on running down the seam. Sorry, not down the seam, down the sidelines on the left. Almost looking for like a back shoulder throw. So Washington going to punt it away here. And the punt is going to be just around the 20-yard line. So we're on a commercial break here. Let's look around the league and see what has happened. So we had Houston coming away with a 23-20 victory over the Colts. Arizona coming away with a 1-point victory over Miami. Tua obviously coming back was huge for them. 27 points for Miami, which is, I don't even know how many points they've combined over the last 3 games, but probably close to 27. Now we talked about Detroit getting a big victory, and then Philadelphia just smacking the Bengals, man. 37-17. I don't think the Bengals are going to be able to turn this around, man. That's what are they now? 2-6, 3-5. Yeah, that's going to be tough, man, especially in that division. I mean, I think their chances of winning division are probably slim to none at this point. And the AFC, man, they are stacked with. There's at least 5 or 6 teams that are going to have already a better record than them, with 5 losses. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 20 for the Chicago Bears. Chicago in the eye, single receiver to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Swift, and he's going to be out across the 25 down to about the 26. And the Patriots taking down Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. The Jets are let me see here. Oh, God. Let me see. Let me try to adjust this here. Sorry for having all these issues, guys, for the volume and sound. How's it sounding a little bit? I just adjusted it just a little bit, hopefully. And it's going to be a run to the right, and that's going to be a 1st down for Chicago. But just testing. Can you guys hear me a little bit better here? Fakes the handoff. Caleb pressured, and he is going to go down for another sack here. Loss of 6 yards. And that is one thing that the Chicago offense has been unable to fix. Their passing game is a lot better. Their running game is a little bit more consistent than it was in the first couple games. But their offensive line still needs a whole lot of work. I think they need at least 1 good draft, maybe 2, to really fix things up, because their tackles, their guards, their center, not very good. And Caleb needing to scramble, breaks a tackle, keeps on running, and he is going to gain about 13.5 yards of the 15 that they needed on 2nd down. Hopefully I'm coming a little bit clearer here. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Caleb under center. It's going to be a handoff. Swift, it's going to come up just short. It's going to be about half a yard short. It'll be 4th and inches for Chicago. And it looks like Chicago is going to stay on the field here at 4th and 1. Ball at the 40. They need to get to the 41. Caleb under center. Single back in the backfield. Quick throw. Rome Odunze is unable to get the first down. Heck of a tackle by the Commanders. And wow. Let's see here. Odunze is claiming that he was grabbed by his helmet, but I don't. No, it looked like he had him by the shoulder for sure. I think his hand eventually creeped up a little bit to the helmet, but he kept on pawing at the jersey. So, no, that's going to be a. Oh, there we go. Finally got it. Finally got it. Hopefully it stays like this. I don't know what's going on with the audio here. I'm going to have to look at this after today. Daniels looking, finding. That's going to be Zach Ertz for a gain of 12. And that'll be a first down for the Commanders. They have a huge opportunity here to make this a 2-possession game. First and 10, ball at the 28, fakes the handoff. It's going to be a nice little bubble screen to the receiver, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is going to be stopped around the 4-yard line. And man, dude, this Commanders offense is just so explosive, but there's a flag on the field. Come on. That was a very late flag. Oh, no, it's going to be on the Commanders. That's going to wipe away that huge catch and run. And that is going to be ineligible man downfield. That was the guard, Aljaretti, I believe his name is. So that'll move him back to the 33-yard line. First and 15. Throw over the middle, and it was right in his hands. Trying to get it to number 85, and it would have been a first down. Unable to hold on to it. Bounced right off his chest. And there's a Washington Commander. Looks like Andrew Wiley, the tackle, is injured on the field here. All right. Yeah, hopefully Wiley is okay. And man, that could have been a huge catch for the Commanders on that one. Hit him right in the chest. That was to number 85, Brown. Would have had about 17 yards on that 1st and 15. All right, so we're on a commercial break here. Let's continue to look around the league. So again, Patriots coming away with a huge victory over the Jets. Man, the Jets have, I mean, they are 0-3 since they fired Robert Saleh. 0-2 since they traded for Devontae. Oh, absolutely. And it seems like a lot of the injuries that we're seeing are usually like soft tissue injuries. You know, you get the hamstrings, ligaments, stuff like that. So yeah, it's disappointing when you see some injuries. And I have I had a buddy of mine who played in the NFL in the early 2000s. Played for the Seahawks. He was kind of like a practice squad guy, and he remembers talking about it. He's like, when when there was like a big hit, ESPN had this segment called uh, getting lit up or whatever, and it was basically just the biggest hits of the week, and like you could clearly tell most of the hits were just like guys getting concussed. And granted, I think we're happy that some of those hits are no longer in the game, because you never want to see somebody like that. But yeah, a lot of the seems like a lot of the toughness, or at least some of the more physical aspects of the game, are kind of being phased out. So we will see. So it'll be 2nd and 15, ball at the 33. Daniels in the pistol, fakes the handoff, looking down the field, needing to scramble. He will. He's at the 30, 25, and he's going to be taken down at the 20. And that is a gain of 13 yards on 2nd down. And we got a little bit of a got a little bit of a fight going on here. Nothing crazy, but there is going to be a late flag. And it's going to be a holding call on Chicago here. So instead of it being a 3rd and 2 after the 13-yard scramble, it'll be an automatic 1st down for the Commanders. Yeah, and I think to go back to what you were saying about the kind of the conundrum of, you know, not wanting to see injuries, but also not having the game to be so soft. I think they're still trying to find the balance. I think they've been trying to find the balance for a couple of years now, and I think part of it is the referees and how they institute some of these rules. It'll be a toss to the left, and Robinson unable to find any kind of room, gains only about 2 yards. And I think a part of it is just letting these players play. Sometimes I think the refs over ref most games, in my opinion. Some are a lot worse than others. It's going to be a handoff off the middle, and he's going to get to the 10. That is, I believe, Austin Eckler with the, looks like a 3-yard gain on the play. Clock is under 6 minutes in the half. So 3rd and 4, just inside the 10. Daniels looking, throwing it to the right, and it's going to be caught. Oh, initially, no, they are saying incomplete pass. Could not control it all the way to the ground. Got to give it Stevenson for Chicago some credit, man. He was very aggressive on that one. Really fighting with Ertz. Let's see here. Ertz, he initially has it. Let's see where the ball is. Oh, yeah, that ball is definitely moving. The Chicago defense, man. Again, another big stop on 3rd down and likely forcing another field goal here. So it looks like the Commanders are going to challenge this here to see if he had enough of the possession while going to the ground. I mean, the ball doesn't instantly just pop out of his hands. He definitely has it in he has some control over it. Yeah, and I think the like some of the calls that refs, and don't get me wrong, it's not an easy thing to do because you have to find the balance between doing your job properly, and that is keeping guys safe and things like that. But like one of the bigger ones that you clearly can tell have taken some of the physicality of the game is when you sack a quarterback. It's like you can't hit them low, you can't hit them high. You basically have to hit them below the neck and just above the waist, barely above the waist. I think it's actually to just like around the thighs. But even then, if you have any kind of weight on them, you're gonna get flagged for roughing the passer or things like that. You see that all the time. Oh yeah, what is a catch? Has I mean, I feel like that really didn't become a huge issue until I feel like the first time like this became like a massive issue, and it just continued was when Calvin Johnson caught that touchdown in the back of the end zone, and he flipped the ball, but it was such a smooth from him catching it, falling to the ground, and then him flipping the ball. And I remember that was like the first like major like how was that not a catch? Almost everybody thought it was. Then you can go all the way to the Des Bryant game against the Packers in the playoffs. Was that a catch? Things like that. There's been a couple more instances, but I feel like those are the two biggest ones that have come out that like still people talk about to this day. But yeah, it looks like Washington is going to settle for another field goal here to make it a two possession game. Kick is up and right down the middle. So we're getting a lot of offense from the Commanders, but they just have not been able to, you know, finish it off. Now, I think three possessions inside the 20, coming away with only a field goal. All right, so there is 5:24 left in the half here. Chicago definitely needs to get something going here. Uh, the Commanders do get the ball to start the second half, and the last thing you want to do is one. You might even still give them the ball back with enough time here to put up some points. You do not want them to double dip or even potentially score a touchdown. And if they go for two and get it, all of a sudden you're down 17-0, three possessions against a very physical defense, and then on top of that, an explosive offense. You don't want to be down big against a team like the Commanders. And I think for the most part, I would say Chicago has done a great job because anytime you're seeing them in that red zone and they're throwing it, there's almost nobody that is open. It's very tight coverage. I think Chicago does need to deserve some credit for what they've been able to do. First and 10, ball at the 29. Caleb Hands the ball off up the middle. Gain of about 2 to the 31. And Washington, man, their defense has been phenomenal against the run. Swift has not been able to get anything going. So 2nd and 8. Caleb in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up to the left. Looking, pressure. Caleb needing to scramble. He does. He's going to cut inside, and he's only going to gain about 2 more yards. And that is Frankie Louvu bringing down Caleb after the 2-yard scramble. Also, that's gonna be one of my favorite names, Frankie Louvu. It just rolls off. So it'll be 3rd and 5 here. Commanders making a substitution here, but there's gonna be a timeout by Chicago here. I think I've been sleeping on the timeouts here. So Bears used their first. Commanders already used one because they obviously lost the challenge. Yeah, and I think the big reason why the Commanders have really struggled to get anything going in the red zone is they have not been able to run the ball there. Like if you look at some other plays, they've run the ball maybe like 3 or 4 plays, and I think they have like 2 yards. So they've been forced to be one-dimensional in the red zone and really basically just throw the ball, but the coverage has just been so tight. The one thing I would like them to do, and who knows if this would actually work, is try to get something going with the receivers, sideline to sideline. Maybe give Terry a nice little end around. It'll be 3rd and 5 here. 3 receivers on the left side. Caleb in the shotgun. Pressure coming his way. Delivers a beautiful ball down the sidelines, and it'll be all the way to the 50. That is a 1st down, and that is Roma Dunze. That was just a nice, beautiful route there. Faked like it was going to be a small little stick route. Instead, he turns around and heads up the sideline. So 1st and 10 ball at the 50. Single back in the backfield here. It's going to be a handoff to number 2, DJ Moore, and he's going to get near the 40-yard line. It's going to be very close to a 1st down. I'm not going to get too excited for Chicago here. This is a drive that they needed, and so far it looks good. But we've seen them be in this area, and penalties and sacks have happened. So until they get inside the 30, I'm not going to be too excited. So it's going to be a run up the middle, and that's going to gain a 1st down. It's going to be very near the 35. But the big thing for them is that they're taking time off the clock. They're not giving Washington any time here. It's going to be a fake handoff. They give it to Roma Dunze, who breaks not 1 but 2 tackles, and he is going to be very, very close to the 1st down. Gain of 9 on that little end around to the left. Three receivers to the right. Empty set for Caleb. There's going to be some pressure. Initial pressure. Spins out of it. Breaks another tackle. Oh, my God. He's open field. He's going to be down to the 25, and he's going to slide at the 22. They're going to mark him around the 23. Caleb took a little bit of a soft hit at the end of that slide. Yeah, the the left guard completely not even blocking anybody really. As soon as the blitz came through, he went to help the center, who did not need any help, and that just left a gaping hole for the middle linebacker to come right at Williams. Thankfully, Williams was able to spin out of that one. Initially went to the left, then he rolled back to the right, found open space, and was able to get some yardage. But yeah, once again, this offensive line for Chicago, man, their biggest hurdle. They got the playmakers. Their running backs are good enough. Their quarterback is playing at a high level, but this offensive line is really holding them back. The trade deadline was moved back to starting this year. It was moved back to week 9. So teams do have the opportunity to trade for somebody. If I was Chicago, man, I would try to trade for something. I know typically teams are not trading away good offensive linemen in the NFL. But if you can find a team that maybe is look at the Bengals, look at I was about to say the Jets. Yeah, I don't think you want any of the Jets offensive linemen. I think they might be worse than the Chicago Bears offensive linemen, but maybe look at the Bengals, look at some teams that are kind of running out of time in the playoffs and see if you can get away, giving up a fourth, maybe a fifth or something like that. See if you can get at least bring in some competition, because I think what you have here in Chicago is it's just not going to be good enough to really make a run for anything. So, because you got to protect this kid, man. Caleb, he's just, you can tell the potential is there. And the last thing you want to do is be able to, one, worst case scenario, you don't want him to get hurt. But at the same time, you want to be able to have him feel comfortable being in the pocket. Doesn't feel like he has to just, have eyes in the back of his head every single time he has to drop back. But that's my opinion. Maybe they're content with what they have right now, and they're going to be like, hey, we'll hit the offensive line hard in this next coming draft in Green Bay. All right, ball is at the 23, 1st and 10. Shotgun. Three receivers bunched up to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Swift going absolutely nowhere. Loss of 2. Yeah, there has not been a whole lot of room to run up the middle on this Commander's defense. Second and 12, ball back at the 25. Chicago looking. Caleb throwing it to the left, back of the end zone, and it's going to be well overthrown. And that'll be 3rd and 12, trying to get it to Keenan Allen on that one. Let's see here. Did he have any other options? Could have hit his tight end underneath. There's a little bit of pressure in Caleb's face, so he probably didn't go through his progressions. So 3rd and 12 again. Caleb gonna get sacked in the back. Oh no, he gets out of it, and he is gonna get sacked for even more loss yardage. He should have just initially gone down. Basically lost an extra 5 yards, breaking the initial sack. Yeah, I mean, that pressure was immediate. That tackle just got destroyed. and then he was able to break the tackle, and then unfortunately, the waves just kept on coming for Caleb, and yeah, yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, was initially hit, rolled back, and he lost an extra 5 yards on the sack. Yeah, I mean at this point, yeah, it's I'm trying to remember the last time they had a good offensive line. Maybe the beginning of Jay Cutler's career in Chicago. I think that was the last time I can remember them having like a pretty dang good offensive line. You know, they had Matt Forte. He was having, 12, 1,300 yard rushing seasons. But ever since then, man, Mitchell Trubisky, he had a horrible offensive line. Justin Fields was running for his life. Yeah, man, it's been pretty bad in Chicago for a couple years, for close to what, 7, 8 years. It's not good. And granted, I think Caleb is playing better at the quarterback position than both Trubisky and Justin Fields. But you know, if a player keeps on getting hit, we've seen it before. We've seen it so many times that like good quarterbacks, they just start losing confidence. You know, whether it's losing confidence in their offensive line or just losing confidence in themselves. Every time you get hit, man, it just takes a toll. So I'm a Packer fan, but the last thing I want to see, you never want to see a guy get hurt. And I feel like Caleb Williams, he seems like a good kid, and I hope he finds success. I just hope he never wins a Super Bowl for the Bears. but I mean, that starts up front. In my opinion, that starts with the general manager. Like, I get it. You draft Rome Odunze to give, this offense some firepower, but they could have used a tackle. They could have used, I was going to say guard. You don't really draft guards inside the top 10, but could have drafted one of the top tackles. Maybe even traded back, a couple picks, move back to, pick 12, pick 13, pick a tackle there, and then early, pick up either early second, maybe a late second, and pick your receiver there. In my opinion, you can always find receivers very like second round, third round. That's where the Packers have lived with picking up receivers. I mean, you look at the list of receivers that the Packers have been able to get in the second and third round. You got Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, Devontae Adams, James Jones, third round. I'm trying to think. Jaden Reed, second round. Christian Watson, second round. Trying to think if there's one more and I'm forgetting about it. But, I mean, like right there, that's a lot of Pro Bowls. That's a lot of 1,000-yard seasons. Some All-Pros thrown in there. And it's going to be a throw up the middle here, and he's going to get to the 15-yard line. Jayden Daniels and this offense have about 40 seconds to get going. They do have one timeout left here. Quick throw, get it to your running back on the screen, and he's going to be out across the 25 down to the 27. Under 20 seconds. Jayden Daniels has time, throwing it down the field, and that's going to be to the 40. And Washington is going to use their final timeout here. And unfortunately, when you've had a bad offensive line for about 10 years, then it's a long time in the NFL. And at that point, I agree with you. It's a tradition in Chicago to have bad offensive lines. Just like it's a tradition for the Packers to have a defense that can't stop the run. Granted, that has changed this year, but from about 2012 to about last year, Packers rarely were able to stop the run. All right. 12 seconds left. A quick throw to the tight end. He's going to get to the 50. That stops the clock at the 8-second mark. That is to Zach Ertz running a nice little shallow cross from the left to the right. Sorry, that was actually a flat route. Sorry, I thought he started on the left formation. All right, quick throw. Taking his time, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds. So from here, it would be a 67-yard field goal. Is it worth it, or is it just you just try to throw a Hail Mary, see what you can do? I mean, you never want to throw a pick, but at the same time, it's like the odds of them returning it for anything. And Commanders are just gonna run it. And, oh man, there's a lot of room. He's down to the 25, and he's gonna be to the 20. That was a 30-yard run by Austin Eckler, but that is gonna be halftime. All right. At halftime, it is a 9-0 score. Definitely a lot lower scoring than I was expecting. I was expecting somewhere around 10-17, maybe if it was really explosive, 17 to like 21, 24, something like that. So definitely not what you want if you're Chicago. No points. And once again, the Commanders do get the ball to start the second half, and if they can make a little bit of an adjustment in the red zone, find some plays that might work a little bit better, they can make this a very, very tough lead to overcome. All right, so now that we're at halftime, let's look around the league here. I kind of want to look at this Jets game. What happened? Because I'm pretty sure at some point the Jets were up by a decent amount. All right, Rodgers was 17 of 28, threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. Brees Hall, 16 of 80, so a decent running game. Like, what happened here? Garrett Wilson, 5 for 113. Devontae, 4 for 54. No catches for Allen Lazard. Jets defense with two sacks there. No turnovers for that. Oh, okay, this is what it was. Oh, no, never mind. I saw 2 fumbles for the Jets, but they both were recovered by a teammate. So I don't know what the heck happened, man. So Jacoby and Drake May apparently injured. They combined for 18 of 30, 136, no touchdown passes, no interceptions either. Ramondre Stevens was the leading rusher with just 48 yards on 20 carries. Jesus. Was able to get into the end zone twice, though. Top receiver for the Patriots, just 46 yards. This is a game I'm going to have to see the highlights, man, because I don't understand how the Jets lost this game. Well, the Jets are 2-6 now. losing 5 consecutive. The Jets really are just the Jets, huh? No matter what happens, they can trade for a future. They can trade for a future quarterback. They can trade for a future receiver. A future Hall of Fame receiver, future Hall of Fame quarterback. They can sign all his best friends, and it does not matter. They can fire their head coach. Man. I mean, I was joking when I thought they were going to lose this game. I was like, oh, yeah, no, they'll probably win. But the fact that they lost to the Patriots, crazy. But oddly enough, that was not the biggest upset of the week. We have Baltimore losing 29-24 to the Cleveland Browns. Famous Jameis eating that dub. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely see some highlights from this week, man. We got some weird games going on. So at halftime, the Chiefs are leading the Raiders 17-10. Broncos are beating the Panthers 21-7. The Bills are 14 points above the Seahawks. And with the weirdest score of this week, the Chargers are leading 9-5 over the New Orleans Saints. Okay. Falcons were able to get a big win over Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay in a little bit of a free fall right now. Yeah, man, the Bills just are rolling right now. Oh, and Josh Allen finally threw an interception, his first of the season. Bo Nix freaking throwing strikes. Holy cow. But that's a little bit around the league. We'll talk about those games a little bit more in depth, hopefully on Sunday night, if there's a little bit of time. But kind of looking into this game, clearly the biggest issue for the Bears is pass protection and getting the running game going and creating explosive plays in the passing game, which I know at this point is like, well, they have just issues everywhere on the offense, apparently. But for the most part, I think the passing game is okay. And they're not getting a big chunk plays, but they're getting little ones. But in between, they're unable to run the ball, so that defense is getting tougher and tougher. They're committing more to the pass. The coverage is getting a little bit tighter. And on top of that, Caleb has almost no time there are certain plays where he has zero time to get anything going. He has to scramble left to right, has to try to break tackles. And that's just not how you're going to be able to win. Not only just in the league, but not against this team especially. The Commanders are very lucky that the Commanders are struggling in the red zone. Otherwise, this game could easily be 21-0. Easily. And the thing for the defense of Chicago, the biggest thing that they need to do is create a turnover. And I know that's obvious, but the reason you need to create a turnover and just instead of just punts is that you need to give this Chicago offense good good field position to be able to get them going. Because right now this team does not have the confidence or the ability to be able to make a long sustained drive down the field. So you need to give them the ball somewhere in midfield, maybe inside their almost in field goal range at this point right away, and then hopefully that can kind of get them going. They can get some of their plays that might be more effective when they in the red zone plays. This team has a lot of weapons, and especially those dink and dunk plays. If they can break one of those, a 10-yard play inside the 30 is a lot more effective than one that's all the way from the 25 of your own territory. So they got to be able to get something going. That defense has been good. Their coverage has been solid, but they need to be able to create a turnover for this offense to get going in the second half. And on top of that, I think the play calling needs to change up a little bit, man. Their run plays have not gone anywhere. They need to get DeAndre Swift a little bit more involved in the passing game. He's been effective. You've seen that when he was in Philadelphia. You saw that when he was in Detroit. They need to be able to get him going in the passing game to help out, some of the stuff underneath. If he can break a tackle, can go for a big gain. And then finally for the Commanders, the defense has been solid. 0 points given up. Very few explosive plays. They've been able to stop the run. Their pass rush has been phenomenal, and they haven't really given up a whole lot. Or at least the coverage has not been extremely tight, but it's been good enough. That's all you need. I think the biggest issue is the Commanders' offense, who has been explosive, but one, their running game cannot get going, and they just seem to be unable to get into the end zone, whether they're inside the 20, inside the 10, or even inside the 5. Some penalties have not helped, and then on top of that, some bad running plays have really knocked them back. So I think for them, it needs to be kind of back to the basics. Stop trying to, try to do too much when it comes to like handing off, just be able to run your offense, have some confidence. Brian Robinson is a phenomenal running back. And I think if you can get him kind of out wide, I think you might be able to stretch that defense a little bit, and then open up some stuff in the middle too. If you can get him going that way, if a linebacker is able to shift over or trying to cover him, maybe get one of those tight ends, one of those receivers cutting inside, and give Daniels a nice little throw, because he's accurate. He's very quick, and that ball will get there. So maybe that can get that going. That's what I've seen. Some of the middle of the field has kind of been a little bit open, but it's easier said than done. So I will be right back, guys, and we will hopefully have the second half ready to go. All right, we are back here in the opening kickoff in the second half. Went out the back of the end zone. So we will see the Commanders start at the 30. Quick pass to the receiver on the right side, and he's going to gain 6 yards on the play, actually. Yeah, Caleb Williams just 3 for 8 for 33 passing yards in that first half. He had 29 yards rushing, so almost as many yards rushing than he had passing. It's not a good sign. Down the left side, and that is going to be a first down. Huge throw by Jayden Daniels. Another explosive passing play. And that is to Zach Ertz running a nice little dig route, out route. Nice little high-low concept. The receiver running a go route to kind of get that safety off. Shotgun, receiver in motion to the right. Ball at the 44, and Daniels going to dump it down, trying to get it to Brian Robinson on the screen. It'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10. A lot of pressure in his face. So Chicago doing a little bit of a better job here, being a little bit more aggressive. They were solid in the first half, but they really weren't unable to really get Daniels bothered a whole lot. 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Robinson able to get inside the 40 down to about the 37. And shotgun looking. There's pressure. He needs to roll out to his right. He's going to run, and he is going to be very close to the first down. I think he got it. Able to stiff arm number 39 of Chicago down to the ground. And that'll be a first down scramble for Jayden Daniels. Daniels early in the game was being wrapped up with some ice packs around his rib area there, and obviously he had definitely had a big rib injury last week. He had to miss most of the game, but seems to be a little bit better here. Still able to move around and make some plays with his legs, and unable to get anything settled here on the line. And the Commanders are going to have to use their first timeout of the half. A little bit of confusion. I do like these black and gold kind of uniforms, and Daniels gonna be taken down for a sack there. That was some great penetration there by the Chicago defense. Check this out. Sent the linebacker on a blitz there. That was Edwards. Able to defeat the block by the running back. That was Austin Eckler trying to do his best. So a heck of a job by Eberflus sending that blitz. A little bit of a delay. So that'll be 2nd and 16. It's going to be a run up the middle, and he will be out across the 35 down to the 34. And we're going to see the Commanders attempt another field goal here. Or are they keeping? No, they're keeping the offense on. All right, it'll be 3rd and 11, empty set. Oh boy. Bad snap, and Daniels is going to be taken down in the backfield. There is a couple flags here, but oh boy. Instead of taking the points, it looks like it's going to be I mean, they're going to decline this penalty, obviously, so that'll be a sack on the 4th down and turnover on downs by the Washington Commanders. Bad decision. Daniels looks like he was trying to change things at the line. Center did not understand what was going on, so he just snapped the ball. I was going to say, luckily Daniels was able to catch it. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Am I crazy, or was that not a 4th down? I could have sworn that that's what it was. So, unfortunately, apparently the Commanders are going to punt it here. I could have sworn it was already 4th and 11. I feel like Tom Brady right now. Apparently, I was like, oh no, it's 3rd down. No. So it'll be 4th and 16 here. And there's going to be a delay game. Obviously, Commanders just trying to move the ball back a little bit, make this punt a little bit easier for their guy, give him a little bit of room. And the punt will be down to inside the 5. Heck of a job by the punter, man. Pinning a struggling offense deep inside their own territory. Yeah, not exactly sure what I was looking at. I could have sworn that bad snap play happened on the 4th down. So I was wondering why they were going for it. I was like, what is going on here? Just take the points. Take the points. But I don't know if that means I need another cup of coffee or I should stop where I'm already ahead. You let me know. Let me know in the chat. Should I do another cup of coffee or just let this one ride? It's hilarious. Oh man, some people in the crowd, man, they are creative with their what they wear to the game. It's gonna be a rundown, and he's gonna be spun down at the 7 yard line, gain of about 3.5 on the play. Second and 7, two receivers to the right. Caleb in the shotgun looking, has to get out of the end zone, and he is barely going to be able to do it. They're going to have to take a little bit of a look at this, see if he was down, if his knee was down in the end zone there. Oh, that might have been a hold. All right, so no, he was able to get the ball out. Luckily able to keep his knees up. But that tackle was very, very close to getting a holding penalty. All right, 3rd and 7. Williams looking and unable to connect with Keenan Allen there. Keenan almost had a hand on it. So that'll be a quick 3 and out for the Bears, continuing to struggle to move the ball against this Commander defense. Yeah, you might be right. I think if I have another one, I'll be up until like 4 in the morning. All right, the punt is going to be down in some good field position here, but there is a flag for, let's see who it is, against. Let's check it out. All right, so this was after the play, personal foul against Chicago. It's unnecessary roughness, number 92. So the field position that was already pretty good for the Commanders just got a lot better with that 15-yard personal foul penalty. Yeah, man, Chicago just shooting themselves in the foot, man. It's already bad enough that you're not able to really get anything going offensively. Your special teams are now making some huge, huge mistakes. So while we're on commercial break here, let's anybody go to the movies lately? Any good movies that we've seen? Let me know in the chat. I'm thinking about going to the movies sometime this week. It's been a while. It's been about like almost like a month and a half since I've gotten a chance to go to the movie theater. So let me know if you recommend anything. I'm thinking about watching the Gladiator movie, or even what's that movie that just came out? Oh my god. Can't think of it. Completely lost it. Completely lost it. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 41 of Chicago. Great starting field position. Fakes the throw. He's going to try to hand it off, but it's going to go absolutely nowhere. It's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play. Let me see here. It's gonna be able to get out of the pocket. A lot of pressure in Daniels' face, but he's gonna get to the 45-40, and he's gonna be very close to a first down. Heck of a job. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that one, so I'm gonna have to check it out. That's what it was right there. Thank you. Venom. That was the other movie I was thinking of. I was like, I thought the first one was okay. The second one was, again, just kind of okay. So I was like, is it really worth going for the third one? But, and it's going to be a quick throw, and it's going to be 10-5 touchdown! Washington, a very quick throw on the flat to the left, and then just nobody there. He had a blocker, and he just outran everybody. Holy cow. But there's a flag. No. No, come on, man. No. Oh, I got way too excited. Way too excited. I don't even care about any of these teams, but I got so excited. Oh, these referees were doing so well. They were doing so well. There was very few penalties in that first half. And it's going to be an eligible man downfield. Come on, man. How egregious was this? Come on. Oh, my God. Come on. So 3rd and 6 here. He was off by literally the offensive lineman was just an extra yard away. Pressure, and he gets it out. It's going to be a catch. And that is Zach Ertz making a very tough catch with some tight coverage, and he gets the first down, gain of 7 on the play. All right, 1st and 10, ball around the 30-yard line. Empty set. Jayden changing things at the line. Running back comes into the backfield. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to be down at about the 27. That was Austin Eckler with a 3-yard gain. Absolutely. That is right. Second one. I knew there was one penalty. I just couldn't remember who it was on, but man. And I get it. I get why they have that rule, but man, sometimes it has no bearing on the actual play. Like, there is no way that linebacker was going to get there in time to make any kind of play, but it is what it is. It's going to be a nice little screen, and Eckler able to get about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play, make it a 3rd and 2. And I was just excited to see a possible touchdown. All right. Shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. And the Commanders are going to have to burn another timeout, not set. Having some issues getting everybody on the same page. So this will stop the clock at 6:39 left in the third quarter. All right, jumbo set here. It's going to be a fake handoff. And Chicago doing an amazing job of getting everybody covered. Daniels rolling out to his right, unable to get anything going. And he's going to be taken down for a sack in the backfield. And Washington is going to have to continue to settle for field goals. And I get it. You're trying to make a play. You're trying to make some explosive plays. But just, part of me just says, run the ball. Just run the ball. You've been able to get a couple, 2 or 3 yards here. That's all you need. All you need is 2 yards, and you get a first down. But 47-yard field goal attempt, and the kick is right down the middle, and this will make it a 2-touchdown lead for the Commanders. And I think this is the second game this season for Washington where they have had to kick at least 4 field goals. Because I think they scored 7 field goals against the Giants early in week 2, was it? And I think they won that game. Yeah, they didn't score any touchdowns, but it was 21 to 18, 21 to something. So looking back at that game, yeah, it was 21-18. Commanders scoring 7 field goals to beat the Giants. Dude, I feel bad for the people of Munich. They have to they have to suffer through the Giants and the Panthers. It's gonna be a tough one. Definitely not the product that the NFL wants to send overseas, or apparently they do. I don't know. They keep on giving them not the best games. Kick is up, and it's going to be returned. He's to the 20, breaks a tackle, 25, and he's going to be out across the 30 down to near the 31. All right. Caleb, 1st and 10 in the shotgun. Romadunze in motion to the left. Caleb looking, has time. Nope, now he ran out of time. Now he's going to have to scramble. Can't find anybody, and he is going to scramble for a gain of about 7. And the Buffalo Bills are knocking the socks off of Seattle, 31-3 in that game. Early on, Seattle looked good. I know they went 3-0. They were not always they didn't look like a dominant 3-0, but I was expecting them to be more competitive than this, man. They looked awful. It's going to be a quick throw to Romadunze, who's going to get the first down. Nice little makeshift screen by Adunze. See, that's what Chicago needs to do, man. They need to get a little bit more creative in this passing. If they can't pass down the field, you got to find ways to get the balls, these balls to the playmakers, because, Caleb can't do it all by himself. Single back in the backfield. It's going to be a toss to the left. And Swift able to get away initially, and it's going to get a gain of about 8. He was trying to cut it back inside, but still a decent gain. Caleb just 4 of 11 today. 2nd and 8, ball at the 50. Keeps the ball, fakes the handoff, looking, throwing it deep down the field to the 11. Double coverage and incomplete. Trying to get it to Romadunze running down the left sideline. Yeah, Rome started on the right side of the formation in the slot and was basically just running to the far left pylon there on the left side. Just unable to get anything going. It'll be 3rd and 2, 2-by-2 formation. Keenan Allen in motion to the right. And it's going to be caught by DJ Moore, but there's going to be a flag immediately as this ball was snapped. And ball is coming back. And that was in a legal formation. Caleb in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, and another quick flag. This play is going to be moving back again. And another false start. So what was initially a 3rd and 2 is going to turn into a 3rd and 12. Caleb looking, throwing it down the right sideline and overthrowing Keenan Allen. Not able to connect, and that's going to be another punt here. Man, they were looking so good on this drive. Let's see, did he have any other options? No. Just unable to drop it in the bucket there. And it's going to be a punt, and it'll be down inside the 10, down to about the 7 or 6. 2:44 left in the third quarter. Phenomenal punt by the Bears on that one. And I was really, really hoping for a little bit more of an offensive explosion from both of these teams. And granted, both of these defenses were good coming into this game. So I wasn't expecting 45 to 48 or anything like that, but I was expecting some decent yardage, a touchdown here or there. But so far, nothing going, man. Yeah, I watched that Badger game last night. That was man, that was a tough one here for the people of Wisconsin. We got our hopes up. Thought we were gonna have a chance to win, steal one from one of the best teams in the country, and instead it was just a little bit of a beatdown in the fourth quarter from Penn State's backup quarterback. Yeah, he threw and ran all over that Wisconsin defense there. So a little bit of a letdown, just a little bit. All right, we are back here. Commanders starting inside their own 10, down to the 7. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Robinson able to get past the initial hit, and he's going to be out across the 11. Shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a toss to the left. Robinson only able to get a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Yeah, both offenses over 100 rushing yards in the game, but not really able to do much with with all that yardage. So 3 receivers stacked up, bunched up on the right side. Daniels needing to get the ball out quickly, a lot of pressure around the edge, and it'll be incomplete. And we're going to see another punt here. All right, let's get an explosive play for Chicago, man. Let's get this game a little bit closer, a little bit more juice. Come on. Punt is away. It's going to be caught around the 38. He's going to be unable to break the tackle. He will be down at the 41, though. So Chicago with a little bit better of a field position than their last offensive drive. All right. Jumbo set for Chicago here. Single back in the backfield. It's going to be fakes the handoff, roll into his left, and going to be able to get it to Gerald Everett for a gain of about 4 or 5. Yeah, I think the last time we saw the Chicago offense play this badly was against the Texans, and I remember streaming that game. Breaks a tackle, and that is DeAndre Swift, who's going to be still staying in bounds, and that's a touchdown for Chicago. A nice run up the left sideline, broke a tackle. It looked like he was stepped out of bounds to me, but kept his feet in bounds, and that is a huge, explosive play for the Chicago Bears. Let's see this again. Holy cow, that woke me up. Yeah, broke 2 tackles, got inside another, got a great block, kept feet in bounds, and he just outran everybody to the end zone. Wow. 56-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. Extra point is good. And ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a game. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Commanders' lead is cut to 5. I know, right? At this point, I just want something exciting to happen. Now we just need another big touchdown or a touchdown for the Commanders, and we'll be all gravy. I'm just looking for some exciting plays here. It'd be very different if, like, both of these defenses were, like, getting picks or fumbles or, a lot of sacks. But we're not getting anything. It's just bad play, punt, bad play, punt. So, yeah. There we go. Oddly enough, even though we're 43 seconds away from the fourth quarter, this is the first touchdown of this game, technically. So, Commanders are going to get the ball at the 2. They're going to return it, and he is going to be stopped just before the 25. Down to about the 24, roughly. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Horseman, woman. I'm right there with you. I'm excited that there's at least something going on here. Also, your comment, hilarious. I'm so excited for a touchdown. I'm not even mad at Chicago. First and 10, ball at the 24. Fakes the handoff. Jayden Daniels looking down the field, unable to find anything. Rolling to his right, trying to buy some time, and it's going to be incomplete. I mean, Chicago, they're doing such an amazing job, man. It's not easy. Like, it's one thing if you're stopping a couple of these receivers, but the fact that you've been able to cover, they find a man open down the field and Terry keeps on fighting, and he fights his way all the way to the 49. I was literally just about to say, it's one thing if you're stopping some of these, like, tight ends, things like that, but it's another thing to hold Scary Terry to almost a handful of catches. And just as I was about to say that, of course, Terry McLaurin makes a huge, huge play. There is a flag, though, because we had some shoving, some punches. some smack talking. So we'll see who it's on. It's gonna be a personal foul on Chicago, and that's it. So it'll be a big passing play. It's gonna turn into a bigger play. So tack on an extra 15 on that one. So instead of getting the ball at the 49 on their own territory, the Washington Commanders are going to start out the fourth quarter at the 36 of Chicago. But sorry, the look the look on the sidelines of Caleb Williams, just like, we just scored a touchdown and you guys make a bone. It's one thing you give up a big play, but then you make it worse by basically almost punching a guy in the face. It wasn't really a punch. He was like sticking his finger in between the face mask and just kind of, kind of just poked at him. And that was what the flag was. But Chicago, man, they got to be smarter, man. You finally scored the first touchdown of the game. You got some momentum. Your defense has been playing well. And then you give up a big passing touchdown. A big passing play. And on top of that, you tack on an extra 15 yards. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if my neighbors upstairs are moving, but man, they've been making a lot of noise all last like 2 days. All right, we are back here for the final quarter of this game. Washington driving down. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 36. Fakes the handoff. Daniels looking down the field, throwing it down to the left, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to find Terry in the end zone. For a second there, I thought these guys were about to fight each other, but instead they talked a little bit of smack to each other, and then they gave each other some high fives. Respect the competitiveness. I like it. Healthy competitiveness. Talk some smack, and then at the end of the day, be like, all right, hey, tap each other up. Let's go again. Let's go again. 2nd and 10. It's going to be an empty set for the Commanders. Once again, they look confused, and it looks like they're going to have to use another timeout here potentially. Nope, never mind. It's going to be a false start on the Commanders, so that'll move them back 5 yards. So the ball will be at the 41, 2nd and 15. He's got time, finds McCaffrey open, and he's going to be able to get away from the first tackle, and he's going to be taken down after an initial gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the play. All right, 3rd and 7. They are very close to field goal range here. Ball is at the 33. Pressure, throwing it over the middle and unable to haul it in, trying to get it to Zach Ertz. Coverage was very tight. Daniels took a shot. He is still on the ground, a little slow to get up. All right, so this should be right around 50 yards, I believe. So this would make it an 8-point game. Still one possession, but a full touchdown. So officially 51 yards. Takes the snap. Kick is not going to get there. It looked like it was blocked. And it was. And Chicago with a huge play here. Not only do you stop the Commanders from getting any points, but you give your offense some very solid field position. Yeah, that was just a low driving kick, and it just got whacked by the big guys sticking those paws up there. All right, we're heading back here to the field. Chicago with a big opportunity here. They got some good field position after the blocked field goal. And if they can get another touchdown here, they will be taking the lead for the first time in this game. Oh, okay, I see what happened. So it wasn't a blocked. The kicker unfortunately hit the field before he hit the ball. So all that power went absolutely nowhere. Caleb hit as he threw. Pressure was there immediately. Chicago was in the eye after the fake handoff. Once again, pressure up from the edge and up the middle. Just nowhere for Williams to go. Barely avoided the sack. All right, Caleb in the shotgun. Keenan Allen in motion, little orbit motion there. Trying to throw it and gonna just throw it away. There's going to be a late flag here. So it looks like it's going to be on Chicago. And it's going to be another ineligible man downfield. Well, at least this one didn't take away a big play. So that'll be declined, though. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Chicago offense. Three receivers to the right. Caleb looking, the pressure, it's just going to chuck it up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Yeah, man, that pocket has not been pretty. Washington sending 6 guys. And we got Chicago offensive linemen down on the ground. And that is Tevin Jenkins holding on to his left knee there. He is walking gingerly off the field. All right, now that he's off the field, Chicago is going to punt it away with 13:50 left in the half. Sorry, in the game. And that's going to be another flag, another false start. Move him back 5 yards. Let's go. Come on. It's going to be a phenomenal punt, though. Heck of a punt all the way down to the 5. Holy cow. Right now they're just showing some plays from the early part of this game when Daniels was kind of scrambling. So he's under center. It's going to be a toss to the right. Going to cut it inside, and it's going to be Austin Eckler for a gain of about 4 on the play, maybe 5. All right, ball at the 13-yard line. Receiver in motion to the right. Fakes the handoff. Daniels pressure, needing to scramble, rolling out to his left. And he is going to be unable to connect with Brown down the field. Almost had a heck of a catch. Chicago's defense, man, they have gotten better and better as the game has gone on, in my opinion. Daniels looking, shotgun, trying to scramble, find somebody down the field. That is Terry McLaurin. If this is a catch, he's going to be down around the 31. That'll be a first down. Trying to get to the line real quickly. Get the snap. It's going to be a run up the middle down to the 36 with Austin Eckler. Ooh. Might have gotten away with a drop there. Gets it out to McLaurin on the left side. Nice little comeback route. That'll be a first down for the Commanders. Finally, getting something going here. A little bit here. All right, first and 10, ball at the 44. It's going to be a handoff to Eckler. He's going to get out across the 45 down to about the 47. All right, Kansas City about to go 7-0. Daniels needing to scramble, able to break the initial tackle, and he is going to be out across the 50 down to about the 49. That'll be a little bit of a more manageable third down. Chicago sending a corner on a blitz. Man, Washington closing in on 70 plays. Has to get the ball out quickly. Pressure in his face, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Great blitz by Chicago on that one. That was number 55, Martin. Is that who I think it is? And the punt is going to be downed at about the 15. Hey, man, we're getting small little glimpses of what both of these offenses can do, but they've just not been able to put it all together. I mean, if you're a Packer fan, so far it's been a pretty decent day. Obviously, we would have loved to see the Lions lose, but I mean, Vikings lost on Thursday. Tough one for them. I get it. That face mask he clearly should have been called, but I still don't think they would have been able to drive down the field. They were really struggling in that second half. And then on top of that, I mean, Chicago still has the opportunity to win here. I mean, it's only a 5-point game, but both of these offenses, man, have really been unable to really get much going. Outside of that 56-yard run by Swift, that's been the only touchdown in this game. Otherwise, it's been some explosive plays, especially by the Commanders, but no ability to really be able to punch it in. And most of these drives have been kind of like short bursts. There's nothing that's been, all the way down the field, something like a 7 to 12 play drive that's, killing clock, eating up a lot of yardage. It's all been big chunk play for the Commanders, gets them inside field goal range, and then they kind of, boom, don't go much further than that. Sometimes they'll get into the red zone, especially early on. Second half, they have not really done much. So we'll see. 1st and 10, ball at the 15, 2 receivers to the right. Under center, it's going to be a run up the middle. Swift able to get out across the 22. It's a nice gain of about 7. Second and 3, ball to 22, shotgun, another handoff up the middle. Swift busting through, hurdling a defender and getting all the way down to the 45, basically being carried the last 8 yards. Woo! Ooh, completely hurdled that defender by the I think that was a Jontavius Martin that he just jumped over. Actually got his cleats right on his helmet. All right, 2 receivers to the right. Caleb under center, single back in the backfield. Caleb switching things up at the line. He's going to be in the shotgun. Quick throw. It's going to be Romo Dunze. He's going to be very, very close to the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1, ball at the 47. Caleb looking, has a little bit of time, and he's going to get it to Cole Kmet for a big first down. He's going to be, I think, inside the 35. Nice little double move there by Kmet. It's going to be at the 33. It's going to be a nice little end around the DJ Moore, but he is going to absolutely go nowhere. It's going to get taken down at the 35. A loss of 2 on the play. They got to the line and snapped that ball so quickly that the camera crew was barely able to get back to the play in time. All right, 2nd and 12. They are in field goal range here. It's going to be thrown to the left, and it's caught inside the 10. That is DJ Moore. Is that going to be a catch, though? Moore, he is down on the sidelines here. It looks like he did get the first down and a lot more, obviously. But he took a shot, man. caught it, took a shot in the back, and he was able to hold on to the ball, so it's going to count as a catch. But DJ Moore, looks like that one hurt a lot. Also, Caleb took a hit as he was throwing. All right, the medical staff are looking at him on the sidelines. Yeah, just another free rusher there. Straight to Caleb, able to deliver a great ball. I think his arm definitely did get hit because that ball was not as tight as it usually is. But heck of an adjustment by DJ. Took a shot but held on to it. And we are going to go to a commercial break here. All right. DJ Moore back on the sidelines. He's walking off under his own power. He's going to head to the blue tent. Caleb, 3 for 3 for 52 yards on this drive. Empty set. Swift coming back into the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Swift. He's going to get around to the left, and he's going to be taken down after about a yard on the play. Almost broke out. Swift, 16 for $127 and a touchdown. All right, 3 receivers to the right. Cole Kmet in the slot. Caleb in the shotgun. Pressure, needing to get up on the pocket. It's going to be able to get it to Carter, number 11. He's going to be inside the 5, down to about the 2. He caught it at the 3, went to the ground, and basically rolled for the last yard and a half. So it will be a 3rd and goal at the 1. I mean, at this point, if you don't get it on 3rd down? Kicking a field goal only makes it a 2-possession game, and you get closer, and it's going to be a handoff to the fullback, and he is going to be stopped. Oh, no, they're saying it might have been a fumble. It might have been a fumble. It was a late handoff. It was a very late handoff. I don't even know if the fullback was able to get a hold of the ball. This might be a turnover. And we have another offensive lineman down on the ground. It might be Jenkins again. Oh, my God. Absolutely a fumble. Oh, no. They tried to hand it off to a lineman who was in the fullback position. Oh, no. Oh, no. They tried to get cute. They tried to get cute with it. Oh, man. Oh. You did all of that just to literally fumble it away. Mm. And Jenkins got bent backwards. That's the issue. His legs were trapped under, both of his legs were trapped underneath, and he was just basically his head was basically level with his feet at one point. He just had like guys just falling on top of his head while his legs were pinned underneath everything. So that is an official fumble recovery basically at the 1, and Chicago will not even have an opportunity to consider what to do on 4th down. That ball literally hit the offensive lineman in the chest and just bounced into a crowd of Commanders. And that is the first turnover of the game. Oh, sweet. I have 2 of my own, both girls, 20. Oh, heck yeah. Congrats on that. Hey, we gotta do something, outside of our regular jobs that's our own. This is why I did this. I'm hoping if I can grow this into something that's gonna be able to make me a little bit of cash, just enough to live, it's a passion and it's gonna keep on going. So it's gonna be 1st and 10, ball at the 3. Commanders run up the ball, right up the middle, gain maybe 2 yards. Still gonna be inside the 5. Morgan and Lusitano. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. That's awesome. No, but congratulations on your business, man. Hope it keeps on growing. And it's gonna be another run up the middle and gain of about 3 on that one, maybe 4. All right, it is 3rd and 5 inside the 10, down to the 8. Clock is going to be just under 5 minutes after the snap. A little bit of pressure. Daniels running, and he is going to be very close to the 1st down. And where they're marking him, he's going to be maybe about a foot shy. From the angle that they were showing, they think they got it because I don't think his knee ever hit the ground. And they're going to say inches short. It's literally maybe like 3 links of the chain short. So 4th and inches. I mean, come on. Come on. You got to go for it, man. Oh, they're going to punt it? Oh, come on. Get out of here. You're not even going to challenge it? I would at least challenge the spot. All right. So the Commanders are just going to punt this away with literally 4th and inches, even though they have one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL right now. They do not want to take a chance. And it's going to be a decent return, maybe a gain of about 7 yards on the punt return. So Chicago is going to get one more crack at getting a win here over the Commanders. I don't agree with Dan Quinn on that one. I get it. If you don't get it, you're going to basically give the ball to Chicago with an opportunity to, basically just have to drive 20 yards and win. But come on, man. It's inches. Quarterback sneak that, you're going to get it. Daniels, big dude. He's not super, probably doesn't weigh 280 pounds, but it's going to be a run up the middle and great tackle by Bobby Wagner on that one, taking him down for no gain. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 38. Williams in the shotgun. Going to be pressured. Has going to have to throw it away. Incomplete. Third and 10, shotgun. Caleb has time, gets it out to Rumbadunze, who's going to get a first down and a little bit more on that one. Caleb Williams today, 9 of 22. Not a banner day, but doesn't matter. If they can get a win here, doesn't matter what the stats are. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. And this is going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Second and 5, under center here. Another fakes the handoff. Pressure in his face. Able to get away. And he's going to throw it over the middle of the field. And he finds Keenan Allen, who is inside the 20 down to about the 18. First down, Chicago. Caleb with a nice little double move there on the defender who was wide open. And just throwing it over the middle there. Obviously, an open Keenan Allen. Again, Commanders might prove me wrong here, but why didn't you go for it on 4th and inches? Come on. I guarantee you probably have a 95% chance of getting that. It's going to be a run up the middle, gain of 2 by Swift. All right. So we are at the 2-minute warning here with Chicago down around the 16 with an opportunity to come away with a huge road victory against the Washington Commanders. And a big thing for Washington, if Chicago does score a touchdown here, Commanders only have 1 timeout left. The 2-minute warning is already gone. So they're not going to be really able to stop the clock here more than once. So do you save it if you can get the ball back, or do you try to use it here to hopefully save some time so you can get maybe a few extra seconds for a possible response if Chicago is able to put it in the end zone? All right, looks like we are coming back from commercial break here. So, 2nd and 8, Chicago in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, ball at the 17-yard line. Swift in motion to the left. It's going to be a run up the middle with Caleb Williams, and he's going to be tripped up before he can get any significant yardage. It's going to be taken down around the 14-yard line. Heck of a job. That is, looks like Payne just able to get Caleb's foot. Otherwise, that's a first down and a little bit more, I think. So 3rd and 5. Shotgun. Caleb scrambling, and he's going to get only about 2 yards on the play. Very, very strange offensive sequence there. Like, I get one. I get going for it one time with the quarterback sneak. You almost got it. Don't go for it again, dude. All right, so it'll be 4th and 3. At least, getting a couple yards there made it a little bit shorter. So Caleb in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right. Pressure. Caleb going to be hit as he throws, and it's going to be a flag, and it's going to be on the Commanders there. Trying to get it to Keenan Allen. It's going to be pass interference. And it is, and that's going to be an automatic first down. 31 seconds left. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a heck of a job by Caleb, man. There's a lot of pressure in his face. And he delivered a catchable ball. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. Chicago has all 3 timeouts, so they can do whatever they want. They can run, throw the ball. It's going to be way up there. Yeah, unfortunately the ball was way too high and way too out of bounds. So 27 seconds left. Jump flow formation. It's going to be a touchdown for Chicago with 23 seconds left. And that is number 23, Roshan Johnson with a huge touchdown to give Chicago their first lead of this game. And at one point, it was 12-0 in the third quarter. And Chicago just kept on fighting. And don't get me wrong, it did not look pretty. It did not look pretty even coming into this drive. It did not look pretty. But they just kept on just fighting. And they're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-possession game. It's going to be a throw to the tight end, and he is going to be in. That is Cole Kmet. Add 2 more points here. I should probably add the initial 6. And it is a 3-point game for the Chicago Bears with 25 seconds left. Wow. Dang. Not what I wanted to see here, man. But at the very least, Chicago is making it interesting at the very least. I got to give them that. They're the only team that has scored a touchdown in this game. They've scored 2. And if you consider the extra point, they got into the end zone 3 separate times. Washington has not been able to do that. Caleb Williams, man, that dude is a tough son of a gun, man. He's been hit. He's been pressured. He's been made to run for his life most of the game, and the guy just keeps on playing, man. Doesn't get overwhelmed. It's going to be a return for the Commanders, and then they're going to take him down at about the 23-yard line. So they will have just 19 seconds left here. Once again, they only have 1 timeout. And there's going to be a flag, though. But it looks like they're going to pick it up anyway. Ball at the 24. Empty set. Daniels throwing it over the middle. Was that even caught? I don't think so. Trying to get it to Zach Ertz, who almost caught the ball at about the 50-yard line. Ooh. That ball was just about a yard or 2 further down the field. I think it would have been a fairly easy catch for Hurts. All right. So they were adjusting the clock here. Apparently they forgot to run it during that play, so that'll be 12 seconds left in the game. Jayden Daniels scrambling, trying to find somebody. Gets it to Zach Ertz, and they're going to have to use their final timeout with just 5 seconds left. And they are well short of a easy, or at least a makeable or possible Hail Mary throw. They put an extra second on the clock here, but I don't even know. I think they're around the 40, maybe the 35. Yeah, they're at the 35. I know Jayden Daniels, he has an arm. He could probably chuck it about 60, 65 yards, but I mean, you still have to get it to at least the 45 to have a legitimate chance, because you have to have that ball. So you need an extra 10 yards here. And they do. They get about 13. So there's going to be 2 seconds left on the clock. I'm a Packer fan, so we need the Hail Mary from this guy. All right, let's bring in some Aaron Rodgers energy. Let's not get the bad energy from Aaron, just the good ones, just the Hail Marys. All right, keep that ayahuasca weird political stuff out of here. So Chicago smartly is going to send 4 on the rush. They're not going to give Jayden Daniels a whole lot of room. He's trying to find somewhere to throw the ball. He's going to throw it from the 35. I don't think it's going to get there. Oh, touchdown! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! It got batted at about the 3-yard line by about 3 Chicago Bears, but then it bounces backwards to the only player in the end zone, and that was a Washington Commander. Oh, my God. That is a touchdown. They're saying it's a final score, but I'm pretty sure you still need to kick or at least attempt an extra point. Oh, holy cow. And that was number 85, Brown, with... you got to give Daniel some credit. Yeah, it got batted at the 3, and nobody stayed with Brown. And it literally just bounced backwards into the end zone, and Brown it was a tip drill. Oh, my God. Woo! Look at that. That Aaron Rodgers energy coming through. I don't know how Daniels got that. I mean, it was going to be short. It was about a good 3 or 4 yards short of the end zone. But the fact that he threw that from the 35 and got it that close, what a heck of a job. Chris Lasso, what's going on, brother? Hopefully you saw the end of that crazy, crazy play there, man. Hail Mary thrown from the 35. The Chicago Bears they got their hands on it. Just unable to. Oh, wow. So apparently we're not going to try the extra point. I'm pretty sure that used to be a thing. I don't know if they changed that, but I guarantee you the Commanders were not going to even try that. It was just going to be a kneel down anyway. But wow. I mean, I feel bad, man. I feel bad for the Chicago Bears a little bit. I mostly feel bad for Caleb Williams because he freaking fought so hard to be able to. He basically he willed this terrible, terrible offensive line into scoring touchdowns in this second half. And Jayden Daniels, all he had to do was literally just flick his arm and just get the win. Unbelievable, dog. Unbelievable. This kid is ridiculous, man. This kid is ridiculous. He did not look good in the second half. He looked pretty bad. He played pretty awful. The offense played pretty awful. He was okay, but he was not great. But, dang. All right, well, let me adjust the score here, the final score. Oh, man, that's a heartbreaker right there for Chicago. And, like, Caleb is, like, wondering, what do I have to do, man? And the final score is the Commanders 18, the Chicago Bears 15. Chicago scored a touchdown and an extra point with about 32, maybe 25 seconds left. The Commanders had the ball inside the 30. They had to go a long way to get anything going. And even then, they still only got the ball to about the 43, maybe. And they had 2 seconds left. And we've seen it before. As a Packer fan, I've seen it many times. Rodgers, usually you have to kind of get the ball around the 45 to maybe the 50 to get a really good chance. And on top of that, you have to really get basically like a little crow hop into it. And Daniels did not get a crow hop. He had to really just plant his feet and just deliver a ball. And it was going to be short. It was like if it would have hit the ground, it would have probably hit the 2-yard mark. But Chicago trying to bat the ball down and away. Instead, the ball just pops up like a volleyball set. And the only guy that was still in the end zone was the Washington Commander, number 85. And he just looked up. The ball was coming right at him. And he caught it in the end zone for a game-winning Hail Mary score. And also on top of that, that was Washington's first and only touchdown of the game. They kicked the ball 4 times for 12 points. Chicago scored 2 touchdowns in the second half on top of a 2-point conversion. And the Commanders finally get their final touchdown. Technically, they didn't even score that touchdown in regulation. The clock hit 0 before the ball was even halfway to the end zone. So in 60 minutes, Chicago scored 2 touchdowns, had the lead when time expired, but still lost. Holy cow. I'm probably going to have to clip my reaction to this game because that's going to be wild. I'll do that later today. I'm going to get out of here really quickly, guys. Thank you so much for everybody that was in the chat. Chris Lasso, thank you for popping in there at the end, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Dahlia. Shout out to M and Horsewoman for being in the chat throughout the entire game. Great to have you in here. Welcome. And yeah, what a wild game. It definitely had some boring moments kind of throughout, but I mean, that was the most exciting end to a game in the stream I think I've had. I can't remember the last time. I might have to look back, but this is up there. This is definitely up there. So once again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. I'll see some of you later tonight. And Minnesota Horsewoman, say hello to Morgan and Lusitano for me. Hope they're doing well. And you have a great week. I'll catch you later. And Dahlia, thank you once again for being in the chat. Appreciate you. And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to have a quick bite to eat before the next game starts. So I will see you guys. What a wild end to this one. Commanders coming out on top, 18 to 15. Crazy Hail Mary ending. So thank you again. My name is Dave. I'm not a coach. I'll catch you later. Bye.